Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your 808s hit harder like Southside or Pyrex. I'm basically just going to break it down into 3 sections: sound selection, master, and actual effects on the 808. I'm going to try to make it really simple and show exactly what I do, because I see a lot of videos out there that kind of describe how to do it, but they kind of overcomplicate it and it can be confusing. So I want to make it really simple, show exactly what I do, break it down like usual, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and let's get right into it. Alright, so I got the beat pulled up here. I'm gonna go ahead and just play it so you can hear how it sounds, and then I'll go in and show everything I did to make the 808 hit hard. Yeah, as you can hear, the 808's hitting really hard, and it just sounds like a Southside or Pyrex beat. Alright, so the first thing that I do is I make sure I have good sound selection. So you want to make sure you have a high quality 808 sample that you bring in. For this beat, I just used the basic spinz 808, and I got it from my slat drum kit. This drum kit is really good. It has a lot of high quality sounds. It has all my go-to drums that I use, and then it also has a separate folder with more unique drums that are kind of in the style of Pyrex, with some bonus samples as well. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link down in the description. For sound selection for the 808, you basically just want to make sure the 808 sounds full. You don't want it to sound flat already. Like if the sample is already flat and weak, you're not going to be able to really make it sound that good, or as good as you could if you had a good sample. So you want to make sure the sample itself has a lot of body and it actually sounds good already. And then you can make it sound a lot better and hit a lot harder. Okay, so the next thing that you want to make sure that you do is you want to look at your master. And like I said, I keep it really simple. I just put a soft clipper on. I don't mess with the knobs at all. And then another small adjustment on the master is I put an EQ and I boost the highs. And I boost right here just a little bit. And for me, what that does is this point right here. This is like where the high end of the 808 is. So when you boost that, that's the high end of the 808 is going to stand out, and it's going to make the 808 hit a lot harder in the mix. And so with that knob turned up, I also turn up this knob at the very high end. And what that does is it adds crunchiness to the open hi-hat, which usually hits along with the 808. It just makes the 808 and the open hat hit a lot harder at the same time. So that's all I do for the master. And another thing, you want to make sure your 808 is hitting above 0 dB. So with the clipper on, I think the natural clipping point is at 0 dB. So if your 808 is hitting below 0 dB, it's not going to be clipping at all. So for example, right now with this volume that I have, it's hitting around 3 dB, but I want to turn it up so that it's above 0 dB, and it's either orange, or you can turn it way up above 3, or it's really hitting hard. But usually I keep it around here where it's just a little bit above 0 dB, so that the clip is actually clipping the 808. And then lastly, once I have the sound selection down and I have the master all situated and I'm making sure that the 808 is hitting above 0 dB, I actually add some effects to the 808 itself. This is what I do all the time for all my 808s that I want to make hit hard. I make the envelope like this. You just turn the hold all the way up, everything else all the way down. Basically that makes it so that you can control it, so it'll stop and there's no release on it. And then I make sure it's cutting so that each note doesn't bleed into the next. You want to make sure it's cut. And then I go here to this knob and I turn the boost anywhere from like 8 to 12%. Turn it up, and that just makes it hit a lot harder, just that in and of itself. And then I turn the volume up a little bit, and usually I shorten it up. And then that's pretty much it for the 808 effects. I usually don't put anything on the mixer. I just do all the effects through here. So this is what that sounds like with the effects. You can just hear it hits a lot harder. So yeah, that's it. That's how I make my 808 hit hard. I'll go ahead and recap. Basically, you want to have good sound selection. You want to make sure you have an 808 that sounds good. Make sure it's high quality, make sure it doesn't sound flat already. And then once you have that, you just want to go to your master, make sure the 808 is hitting above 0 dB. You want to make sure you have a soft clipper on the master, and you can have an EQ to boost the highs and the high end of the 808 to make it hit harder. And then for the effects, you just want to make sure the envelope is controlled, make sure it's cutting, turn up the boost, turn up the volume, and then you can shorten it as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do for the 808 to make it hit hard. Like I said, really simple. A lot of people try to overcomplicate it, try to add a bunch of compression, a bunch of distortion, but you really don't need all that. As long as you have the clipper on the master, it's peaking above 0 dB, you have good sound selection, and you do the effects that I do, your 808 is going to hit. Like I said, I'll leave a link down in the description for the Slat drum kit if you need some high quality drum sounds. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.